I'm on record for this. Vince McMahon is a no good, lousy son of a bitch.
Get it from JR, by the way.
Right. So he couldn't beat McIntyre. He couldn't find anybody to beat him, and this is what he's done. And he ought to burn in hell for it.
Oh my God.
Want to go big? Then say that. Ho! Yeah, boy.
What's up, YouTube? We are back with y'all, and we have a topic that is a sad one to discuss, actually.
Make it seem like we was at a funeral.
And so, for those who follow wrestling, then you all probably watched or at least saw the results of Legends Night last night from Raw. Another pointless show by WWE in which people that should fucking be in homes, or at the very least with their families and far fucking away from television, return to the show to be in meaningless segments, once again taken away from the actual talent on the roster, all in an attempt to relive their greatest hits and be relevant once again. No disrespect to Legends, but we don't need Legends Nights in 2021. We didn't need them, ever. But yeah, the big takeaway from Legends Night is the main event. We had McIntyre and Lee for the WWE Championship. Banger of a match that should have taken place. That should be taking place at the Royal Rumble event. But McIntyre retains, of course. Spoiler, sorry. And what do we hear? We hear the music of one Bill Goldberg,
which was unexpected, by the way.
I don't give a fuck if it was expected, unexpected, whatever. It shouldn't. Nigga wasn't advertised, but he comes out and he challenges Drew to a match at the Royal Rumble for a WWE title. We haven't seen Goldberg since WrestleMania 26. 26. Fuck. 36.
That was
good.
WrestleMania 36. My bad.
His brain, he got a missing chromosome or something.
I don't know where 26 came from.
Might have took some. You wrestled for
Look,
ECW?
I might have.
Oh God!
It took like 33 days, 3 tables. Okay. 36, where he dropped the Universal title to Braun Strowman, a title that he never should have had in the first place. And thankfully he didn't injure Braun Strowman. Thankfully, because he's injured like the last 30 people he's been in the ring with. So we got Goldberg and Drew McIntyre now. Personally, I'm still pissed about it. Because if we follow certain trends, like 2017, he beat Kevin Owens for the Universal title. And arguably, like, that's the only one that really made sense because it set up him and Brock at WrestleMania, and it led to Brock Lesnar being champion for like 3 fucking years, which was also unnecessary. But I digress. Then we had him beat The Fiend, last February in Saudi Arabia, which was also unnecessary. Beat him with a suplex, mind you, because that was not a jackhammer. And that kind of derailed The Fiend's momentum just a little bit. But luckily, John Cena came in, and we kind of got that fixed a little bit. Drew McIntyre has carried the company throughout the pandemic. Dude's been a great champion. And if current trends continue, it's looking like Drew's going to drop the title at the Rumble to Goldberg. Now, we are here to dive into what that might look like. We're going to dive into
possible scenarios,
different things. We just gonna discuss it. It's gonna be like an open discussion, and it might get a little bit heated. And by heated, I don't mean at each other. I mean at
each other's opinions.
Yeah.
Because
all the time.
I used when Goldberg came back in what year?
2016.
Yep.
Squashed.
I'm like, okay, we were excited for that. We roomed together. We were like, we were pretty fucking excited about that. Then it moved into this man going for another title, and then it moved to him damn near killing The Undertaker in Saudi Arabia, and it's just like gone downhill from there. Goldberg has 2 more years in his contract, and he's obligated to wrestle 2 matches in the next
2 years.
Well, 4 matches?
It's 4 matches.
4 matches in the next 2 years,
yeah,
right?
so
okay.
2 in each year.
All right, so
great math.
I don't know where to start. I'm gonna let one of y'all, go ahead and drive it because I'm still collecting my own thoughts.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Drew,
that is what we're here for.
I'm a fan. I like Goldberg. Some people like McIntyre can't put asses in seats. That's not Goldberg's problem.
Fucking COVID, but okay.
I'm for Goldberg. He can't put butts in the Thunderdome. I'm hoping Goldberg wins, which I think everyone thinks he will. Probably give that match 45 seconds tops, and we get a new champion. So I'm
not
cool with it.
long. Goldberg can't wrestle more than 2 minutes.
Listen, bro. To be real, I think it was gonna be Randy that was supposed to face him, but Randy was like, "Nah, I'm good. I ain't finna face Goldberg. Like, what will be the point, bro?" And if y'all watch the promo for Survivor Series when Roman told Drew McIntyre, they have you do the stuff I don't want to do. That's why Drew was for real finna face him, bro. Roman was like, I'm not finna waste my time with a little 5-minute match when I could probably go for 20.
But the pause is there though. I still do think that we're gonna get Roman and Goldberg. I think that match is still gonna happen, but it'll probably just happen when Roman's ready for it to happen. If that makes sense.
Roman's on a roll right now. He doesn't need to stop and waste his time with somebody like Goldberg, who he's gonna meet.
But shit, that should be said for Ricochet could beat Goldberg.
Well, Goldberg beat the Fiend, so it kind of looks like he's unbeatable. So it's like,
which is crazy because we're not in the fucking 90s anymore.
Goldberg ran through the
in
Fiend,
the
bro. Like, no offense. Like, I'm not saying. Hold on. Wait. I'm not saying Drew deserves to lose, bro. But it's like, we already know how Vince thinks, bro. Yeah. Vince is gonna have Goldberg run through Drew McIntyre. Drew McIntyre is like he's been built up here, bro, and he's about to lose. Beat Brock.
Out how many F5s?
I think 4. And he's about to. He's going from here to back down here because I promise you, Goldberg gonna hit 2 spears, jackhammer, GGs.
I don't think
go to sleep.
If he tries to jackhammer,
and he's kicking out of a Claymore. Just keep that in mind. The only person to kick out of a Claymore in WWE the entire time he's been using it is Roman Reigns. So then you add that to the list that Goldberg kicked out of it, but like nobody else has, bro. It's just look real bad. He going out real sad. At the Rumble, and then he's gonna face Irish boy Sheamus at
now obviously like this is one scenario.
That's just one scenario.
It's very based on like
the Miz can cash in. There's so much stuff that
based on previous booking, it's likely, like highly likely that Drew's gonna go out like looking like a bitch because of Vince's booking. I don't want that to happen personally. Like, when'd you start watching wrestling?
2007 or 8.
Okay, when'd you start watching?
Same time around him.
When'd you start watching?
Same time.
When'd you start watching?
2009.
But I think we all played the games and stuff, so we kind of know like how good it was.
Yeah.
I'm the only one
in the glory days
in this group that's been watching wrestling since I was like fucking 5-6 years old. So like, let's say 98, 99, 2000 roughly. Been watching wrestling for over a quarter, like over half my life. So, like, and don't get me wrong, y'all came in at a great time. 2007, 2006, those were great years for wrestling. So like I know, like I knew Goldberg and like when he had like his 2003 run, 2004 run, like at that time, like we had Triple H as champion for like 4 years, so he wanted somebody to be Triple H, and like Goldberg was a good candidate for it. So it made sense for Goldberg to be champion in 2003, 2004, because after being in WCW, like in WWE, he was kind of like a fresh face or whatever. Like I don't know how to explain it, but like it made sense for somebody to be Triple H, and like there was nobody else on the roster who could realistically do it. In 2021, there is no reason for a part-timer to be in a world title match. There is zero reason for it. Even The Undertaker, who arguably could have gotten a world title match and went out on a high note if he wanted to, would have made more sense than really anybody. So I guess I'm kind of annoyed because, like, if I'm Drew McIntyre, I've been like, and it's not been easy on anybody. Like, I'm like wrestling in general, like it's been rough during like the COVID era. Like, and we're realizing just how much that wrestling needs like a live audience and all of that stuff, and it's been rough in general. But I would say that guys like Roman, guys like McIntyre, guys like Omega, like they've done a good job, and Moxley too. We can't forget Mox. They've done a good job of adapting, as champions in the COVID era. And so, like, to go back to the championship being on TV once every 4 months, why? Like, why are we doing that in 2021? Like we finally got away from it, and now we're going back to it. And I don't get it. I just really don't get the reason behind booking. I don't get it.
And also one thing I don't understand too, especially when Goldberg, so he came out, he was saying that McIntyre was, he was disrespecting legends and stuff like that. He has no respect for him, which doesn't make any sense because this dude literally was doing a promo with Hulk Hogan.
Yeah.
So
makes no sense.
That doesn't make any sense in my opinion.
And Randy Orton was, literally violating legends verbally.
Yeah. So it would have made more sense for Randy to, interrupt Goldberg, which would actually I'd be okay with because they're both established guys and you can have that match. And Randy, he could lose or win, doesn't matter. But a match with McIntyre and Goldberg, especially at Rumble, I don't think McIntyre will lose as much momentum as he has now because he did beat Brock, like we said last year, in pretty convincing fashion. But
look at the age difference between Goldberg and Brock.
Yeah, Goldberg is 54, and
I understand like he's Ric Flair's age.
I understand the man. He needs his money and a good paycheck, but at the same time, it's like you come back and you're take opportunities away from guys who could use them in the future because if they keep going with this trend with Goldberg getting all these championship title matches, then it's gonna make your younger guys not seem as hungry and not seem better to the to the viewing public who are the casual fans. You can bring Goldberg in, but bring him for a few months and have old
use him
guys
as an
come
enhancement
back.
talent.
Yeah,
like that's what they like. If these legends are gonna come back and be in these matches, like they should be there to elevate, not to like I said. We were talking about this earlier. Like I can't think of one person that Goldberg has ever put over in his career. I can't name a single fucking one. Who we gonna talk about? The person that beat his streak, Kevin Nash, who's already established. Like, who cares about Kevin Nash? Like, who cares?
Bro.
Like, and then like I know we give Brock Lesnar shit. Like I'm a Brock fan. Like sometimes, but Brock Lesnar when Brock Lesnar tries, like Brock Lesnar could take any guy. He can take somebody from Lucha House Party and make them look like somebody who's a box office draw.
Really
Don't believe me?
really
Seth Rollins, SummerSlam, what was that, 2019?
2019 in Toronto.
We were getting tired of that feud, right?
Yeah.
Brock, first of all, that was the one time we actually saw Brock Lesnar wrestle a fucking match. Like, longer than that. Like, Brock's usual match, like 10 minutes. Brock wrestled like a damn near,
20-minute match. That was almost 20 minutes.
By the time that match was done, fans in Toronto went from booing to cheering Seth Rollins.
I still was booing him, but yeah.
Well, you're a bum. So.
Nah, you're a bum.
I called you that same day.
Yeah, he called me on God. He did.
So Brock has put over Rollins. Brock put over McIntyre. Made McIntyre look like $1 million last year. So it kind of just goes back to like these dudes are here for a paycheck and we know that, but like at the same time like Brock paid it forward and he put over a new star. Goldberg ain't willing to do that shit. Yeah. Goldberg shouldn't have beat the Fiend. There was no need for that. Like isn't Goldberg I feel like he just has the mindset like, oh, I'm Goldberg, like my name is bigger than you, like I should win. And like, of course, Vince being just as old and fucking feeble as Goldberg is, like he's just gonna agree with him. Which I don't understand why.
I think it's because Goldberg wasn't brought up into like the actual pro wrestling business. Because if you remember, he came in as just a guy.
He was a defensive tackle.
He really come in.
A bad one at that.
He really come in and like destroy you. That's all he would do. He wasn't really about wrestling. He just came in, did his job, and left. There's nothing wrong with that, but he was never brought up, like guys like Ric Flair and Dusty Rhodes, guys like that who were brought up in the system of pro wrestling and understanding, that you have to do this, do a favor for the boys.
He didn't have to pay his dues, bro. He came in, he wrecked and left.
Still not paying him.
No cap.
But like I said, we got a couple of different scenarios that we can. Obviously, like we got the Miz, who is Mr. Money in the Bank right now, and I don't know. What do y'all like? Do y'all think that it's actually possible for the Miz to have a successful cash?
Absolutely not.
Especially with the current picture.
Well, especially with with Goldberg and McIntyre in the same
Goldberg
match.
would destroy him.
And door closed at TLC, in my opinion.
Yeah. But unless unforeseen circumstances, like I don't know.
Unless like the Fiend caught like
Brock Lesnar comes
something.
in and does something too, then you got Miz come in,
because I could, and it's like slight, but I could see the Miz successfully cashing in on Goldberg. After a match, that nigga can't wrestle 2 matches in a row. Like, Miz could easily come in, knock his ass, because he already going to be dead from banging his head on the door in the first place.
Yeah.
Miz knock him over the head with the briefcase, his Gold Coast finale, bing bang. I would and this is coming from me, I would rather see the Miz beat Drew McIntyre, and we were a week ago. We were talking about this. I was pissed at this idea.
Oh God, he was ranting on Twitter about the Miz getting the
shows
contract
you
back. Now
how
he's on doggy bone, cash to John in.
But I was
Man's
like
fault.
if anybody gonna do it, it should be somebody that's actually there paying their dues. Like it should be somebody who actually respects wrestling. Like I'm not a fan of the Miz, but like at least if the Miz cashes in, like the title's still there. Miz don't even gotta hold it long. He could easily be a transitional champion like Strowman was.
But Goldberg's technically going to be a transitional champion anyway. He's going to drop it at Mania.
Yeah, but like, what's the point of the WWE title not being on?
It's just the game viewership.
You know,
That's all it is, bro. Because that makes me think that they're definitely having fans for the Rumble because they're trying to put butts in seats by having Goldberg and Drew McIntyre as one of the draws. That's why he's probably facing Goldberg as it is right now. It's because he's a draw. He ain't gonna draw nobody in no seats saying Drew McIntyre versus Randy Orton or anything like that.
Like they want and. I think that's what bugs me about them because like they either want it, Vince either wants it his way or no way. Like we're seeing like AEW has like fans at their shows and it's like manageable. Like they had like over 1,000 people at the Brody Lee tribute.
Yeah.
So like you can have like you don't have to. But this nigga Vince is like if I can't fill the arena then I don't want to do it.
I mean they have a stadium so they could.
And like the Royal Rumble without fans like that's gonna hurt. We all heard those sound effects
Facts.
and how shitty they
They're
sound.
Yeah, and they control them, so you know they're gonna have like people cheering or.
I think they're gonna have
want.
fans, but that's just.
I think they'll have fans. So I think
They gotta have
It'll
something,
be.
you know.
It'll probably. I don't think they'll announce it this week. I think they might do something like next week or something.
Yeah.
I think it'll be in an outdoor stadium because you can.
It's outdoor. It
Is it
outdoor.
Tropicana?
Yeah, it's
that
outdoor.
is outdoors. Yeah.
It's outdoor, and they just got the Thunderdome stuff covered up all around it.
I hope they like switch the set though.
Yeah,
And,
do
like,
something.
you
They'll
know.
do something. And just for a fun fact, just throw that out there. Since 2019, Goldberg has won a world championship. He won the Universal title 2019 and in 2020. Now he's about to win the WWE title.
He didn't win in 2019.
Yes, he did. Didn't he beat Lesnar? Or not Lesnar, but he beat Kevin Owens in
That's
what?
2017.
Okay, so 2017. So
2017, 2020.
and then every time he's come back,
yeah.
he's won the world title. He's been
Well,
Universal champion
not
twice.
Ziggler. I guess that don't really count.
No, not Ziggler. Okay, so that one match. But
Yeah,
other than that, he's
2018,
been a world champion.
Yeah, 2018 he didn't win anything.
So he's
2019 he didn't win anything.
So what? A two-time Universal champion, and now he's about to be WWE champion.
in the past fucking 5 years, the dude has won fucking 2 of them.
It's crazy because like I don't know if y'all remember, he actually said at one point he was just gonna do the match with Brock and be done.
But that
Fucking
adrenaline
Vince
rush,
McMahon
that
convinced him
check.
to come back, but I mean,
that's what Vince does to Undertaker. He just, you know what I mean? Like, he'll
At
go
least
to him and
Taker
come
like
back.
Taker's like Taker's I'm done. You know, like
Yeah, Taker knows
and
he
acknowledges
knows when to
that
hang it up.
Bill Goldberg can't fucking go no more.
He
Like,
can't hit his signature
is it-
move, bro.
if
Like,
you-
come on, bro.
If you can't hit the moves that made you famous, then you probably shouldn't be wrestling anymore. That would be like Undertaker trying to do a tombstone with broken knees. Like, it just don't work, you know. So scenario number 2. He, and as sad as because I hate thinking about Drew McIntyre as an underdog against somebody like Goldberg.
Well, he is.
But the booking that we've seen, it just makes him, and I feel like this could potentially turn Drew McIntyre heel as well. But at the same time, like with the way the fans are, like they're gonna cheer Drew regardless because nobody likes Goldberg except Drew. So like scenario number 2, Goldberg wins and challenges Roman at Mania for in a title, title for title, which will probably be like a unification.
Yeah.
Do we want to see that? Like,
I mean,
that's something we really want to see.
I'm
What's
cool.
the benefit? But like, what's the benefit of having because we're still in the
would
brand.
just add-
We're still in the brand split.
Yes, but it will add to the tribal chief gimmick if you think about it. He runs both divisions. He runs the whole entire company, and that's what he's been saying for the longest. I'm the top dog. Like I
He
run
is.
everything.
He is.
I mean, so
I'm
that
the
would
top
just
dog.
submit him at that
True.
point. Like
True.
what? Like who gonna stop me
And
now?
as crazy as it sounds, like I honestly I think Roman will drop the title shortly after Mania. If I don't know why I'm getting that feeling, but I don't feel.
I don't think he'll be. I think he'll be champion up until SummerSlam. I don't think Roman's dropping it
Probably.
anytime.
It really depends on who wins the Rumble. We got that video coming too.
Yeah.
That's gonna be another one too. But it really depends on who wins the Royal Rumble. But like they do that match. Obviously, Roman's gonna win.
Roman gonna mop the floor with Bill
Yeah, he gonna
Goldberg.
beat-
Then he gonna talk crazy to
And
Drew.
then
I
when
did
they
what
do
you
it,
could.
when they do fight, because we're gonna get that match. When they
Facts.
do fight, like Roman's gonna beat the fuck out of Goldberg.
This
It's not
tribal
even-
chief ain't
like, it's
nothing
gonna be
play with
hard
right
to
now.
watch. Like that's how like he gonna buy.
He's not even gonna beat him with the spear. He's gonna choke Goldberg out, bro, in front of his son.
I mean,
like, what is you talking about, bro? He gonna tell his son gonna be calling him dad. Like, what is you talking
tell your
about?
family I said Happy New Year.
Oh God, what are you talking about? I'm the tribal chief.
So that's scenario number 2. What's scenario number 3?
McIntyre just wins clean, And goes
McIntyre just Claymores him out the gate and just wins the match.
Now, the way I would book this, just me. Y'all can show y'all thoughts. I would let Lesnar. I would let McIntyre take a spear or two. He kicked out of 4 fucking F5s. Some of them at 1. Like, has he kicked out of an RKO?
Yeah,
he did.
He had an RKO.
It took 3 RKOs to beat him.
Kicked out of a nigga. Literally powered out of a hurt lock at what was it, Extreme Rules Horror Show?
Backlash, something. One of the.
It was one of those.
It was Payback or something. I can't
something.
remember.
One of the. Yeah.
Did he take a stomp from Rollins?
Yes.
I can't remember if he did.
Yeah.
Pretty sure he kicked out of one of those too. So like he can kick out a finisher. It makes no sense to me
At
personally.
That's what I'm saying.
Because the F5 is one of the most devastating finishers. And
remember when they built them up to niggas not kicking out at all? And
exactly.
all of a sudden,
So like, if you can kick out of 4 F5s, you can't tell me that you can kick out a spear in a suplex.
Drew's here.
And how many spears did he take from Roman at Survivor Series?
3.
And he had to
Then
get
the
choked
guillotine.
out to lose.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
You
You,
know,
built this nigga up
so
to
like,
here, and he's about to.
At some point, like, the
Right
booking
here.
has to be consistent. Like, you can't have a...
Nigga,
in Roman spears... how old is Roman Reigns? What?
about 36, 37.
Roman Reigns can hit a spear and literally split your ass in half. Goldberg spears at his age are not nearly as powerful as Roman
He
Reigns.
trying to run you into the corner on
He
God.
was being back in the 90s.
So, like, you can't tell me that he can kick out a
even
spear
2016.
after spear from a guy like Roman Reigns and can't kick out a 1 from Goldberg. Like, you can't make that make sense, booking-wise.
To me, it's gonna go like the Fiend match. Drew gonna hit 2 Claymores. He gonna kick out of both, and then he just gonna.
Granted, the Fiend never hit a Sister Abigail.
That's true, but like at this point, I see 2 Claymores, kick out, spear, jackhammer, or whatever.
How many did he hit Strowman with?
4.
A couple of hits.
He's Strowman with a few of them. So, like, I see him going. The good thing about the Claymore, though, is that
He might hit
can
him on
literally hit it out of
Glasgow Kiss,
nowhere.
too.
He ain't gonna hit by the fuck out of Cuz. I see Goldberg going for like his maybe 3rd or 4th spear, right? McIntyre down, look like he about to lose. I'm pulling a little bit of hair I got out,
Got the bra.
And this nigga literally take the dirtiest Claymore that Drew McIntyre has ever hit, and then 1, 2, 3, that's it, 1 Claymore. If McIntyre does win, they have to do it in a way that actually makes Drew look as good as he looked against Lesnar.
I say if you want to have him keep him here, he got to come out the gate. Bow, Claymore, 1, 2, 3. Give him back his title. Get out the ring.
Yeah, because like I said before,
anything more than that.
Yeah, because like I said, even if he like I said, even if McIntyre does lose, it would bring him down to where Bray Wyatt was for a whole year, building him back up. He'll be like in the middle, but he won't be damaged goods. He'll still be Drew McIntyre.
Yeah.
But I mean,
and like Drew's one of those guys that like he looks good chasing the title. And I think Drew's been a great WWE champion, but like some guys really do look much better chasing the title than they actually are, with the title. I'm not saying that Drew's one of those guys, but who knows? So last scenario I think that we got is the Fiend factor.
Mm-hmm.
The Fiend owes Goldberg a massive receipt.
I don't think that's gonna happen because he's.
I don't think so either.
Randy Orton.
I'm just like it's a possibility though. You got the Fiend could either cost Goldberg the match or he could just straight up show up,
I think he's just gonna show up at her match and drop him.
But then again, that could also leave Goldberg defenseless for a cash in. So like, a lot of this shit kind of like
it could interplay in some way.
It's but I still see him facing the Fiend or something.
I think the thing that bugs me the most is that I feel like the only way the Fiend won't be facing Randy Orton at WrestleMania is if Edge comes back, and then but then again, Edge might face Styles. Like I can't predict the Royal Rumble. I think
we can.
I think that it's very likely that Drew will drop the title, but I think if they really want to like swerve us and like not make us continue to think that their booking is predictable, then McIntyre has to come out on top, and they can literally just 1 Claymore done. McIntyre takes the title home. That's it. Those are kind of like y'all had any other scenarios that
about a dirty finish.
From who? Goldberg? Or Goldberg?
But
I mean, why would Goldberg cheat? Isn't Goldberg kind of like
true.
super dad kind of now?
But it would make McIntyre.
I'm just saying, like, what if like Goldberg just hit McIntyre with everything he has?
It would make if Drew did it, it would make Drew look like a bitch if he had to like stoop.
Beat that to do Goldberg, and he
when
caught
he's
him
been
his
running
dad.
through.
I'm just saying, like McIntyre, like let's say you go for a Claymore, he hits the referee, then Goldberg just comes in there and lows blow him or something.
The bitch comes in.
Yeah, I mean, I could if they want to protect both, then I feel like that could be like a good dirty finish. The thing too, though, and at least they gave Brock like a chance to redeem himself too. Brock lost that in like a minute and 30 or some change at Survivor Series, and then like whooped his ass at WrestleMania 33.
So they could do, which is highly unlikely, but Drew loses, and Drew enters the Rumble at 30. Drew wins the Royal Rumble, and he just challenges that nigga.
What's the odds of them doing a rematch at Elimination Chamber, and then like Drew
kind of like they did with The Rock versus CM Punk?
Yeah.
I feel like they would just have Goldberg just beat his ass again because there's no. I think Vince's whole booking idea right now is to have Goldberg go into Mania as the champion, and then to put butts in seats.
A lot of the Elimination Chamber could depend on who wins the Rumble too.
Yeah. Because I think they'll end up whatever superstar wins the Royal Rumble for the brand. I think the other brand will have an Elimination Chamber to decide who's gonna face.
Yeah, because last year we had
that was a forgettable pay-per-view last year.
Yeah, I just remember Baszler running.
It was we had a women's.
It was tag team.
It was the
tag team
women.
and women's last year.
We didn't have a cent. Oh wow.
It was for
sad.
who was facing the Becky.
Yeah, we didn't even have a men's champ.
Because everybody was decided.
Yeah, that was,
Roman
And that was the
walked out.
last, I think that was the last pay-per-view show they had for a live, live crowd.
it was.
It was.
What a note to go out on WWE.
Facts.
But I mean, obviously, like I'm stressed the fuck out, and we still got 3 more weeks until
January 31st.
And I think we still don't really know what this card is gonna look like. Honestly,
No clue.
like obviously we got the 2 Royal Rumble matches because typically they only do like 2 or 3 matches like outside.
Yes,
of the actual
So what they
Rumble
really do
matches.
is, I think what they're doing now is, since they're the women's one now, they do the women's matches first,
Yeah.
and then do the men's, and then that's how they do
I think we'll get Roman and KO.
Yeah.
Like the finale.
It'll be more like, obviously, it'll be more in depth. Like,
Yeah.
I see Sasha versus Mella. Well, we'll get into that during the Royal Rumble
I
predictions.
wanna see
But yeah,
pissing on my screen again.
so that's pretty much it.
But-
yeah,
It's some bullshit, y'all. I swear, guys. Like this shit foul. Like I hate it personally. I hate it. Like because like Goldberg gotta go.
And y'all
Like,
probably asking us, why you guys still watch it if you guys don't like it as much? Well,
it's entertaining to a certain extent.
I'm
I'm really
a
passionate about it,
masochist,
and
so-
when you want it to be good again, which maybe it
Honestly,
can
we
be
could
one
sit
day,
down and book
but as
Raw
of
and
right now,
SmackDown better than
For
what
like
it's
on
being
God,
right
you
now.
just gave us a sheet, bro.
Oh God,
Facts.
Good show.
facts. We could come up with something better.
Like I feel like an illiterate Polish monkey could write Raw better than Vince McMahon can. Like
This channel's going down.
because
Strike one.
like
So we can
you
literally-
think
we can
about like how do you book your flagship show so terribly? Like how do you and then in your weird mind, how do you think that Goldberg will make fans tune in? He's not there every week.
I'm one of the fans that are tuning in because of him. Thanks, Goldberg.
Raw is literally
He's
bad.
I want
He's a
you-
draw. Like,
I want you guys to.
I might
He's
as
a
well
draw.
tweet- might as well
Like
tweet
I know you
Goldberg.
don't like Goldberg, bro, but you gotta understand.
Goldberg's not
If
a
you
draw.
see him on WrestleMania's card, you will be more invested to watch than Drew McIntyre. I'm sorry. Like,
That is not.
If you
I'm sorry.
see, okay, so
Well, in terms of
You gotta think, like-
I agree with both points. I think in terms of casual fans,
That's
it
what I'm
makes
saying.
sense,
Like, not everyone
but
is fans
the
like we
hardcore
are.
fans, like
not everyone knows Drew McIntyre.
Everybody-
as much as they know
okay, so-
Goldberg.
Like I watch, I'm not. I don't hate on
if you got a
Goldberg, so, like, he
10-year-old
should be
son
around.
and he watched wrestling,
Or if you got a 40-year-old dad and he's like, oh, I saw Goldberg
oh,
before.
your son, you said Goldberg's come back, your whole family sit down and watch that.
Not necessarily.
Because they
though.
watched him growing up, and then they don't know who Drew McIntyre is, but they know who Goldberg is, so the whole family goes to it. They might call their granddaddy too, like, yo, Pops, like, Goldberg on the TV,
Which
so
doesn't
they
make
on
sense, but
WrestMania.
at the
It
same
just puts
time,
butts and
He's a
seats.
bigger draw right now.
But at the
Facts,
same
just
time-
like Brock.
But Goldberg's not even on Brock's level in terms of draw power.
But is he going to put butts in seats? Are people going to buy WrestleMania tickets because Goldberg is going to headline WrestleMania?
Well,
Yes.
everybody buying WrestleMania tickets because that shit's gonna be virtual.
Okay, sorry, my 2,000 people going to buy WrestleMania tickets because of Goldberg.
No.
Simple as that.
I'm not saying that people.
Drew
I'm not saying that people won't tune in to see Goldberg. I'm just saying that not as many people in
I
2021
guarantee
are
you-
gonna tune in to
Not
see
they used to.
Goldberg as they would have 20 years ago.
That's false because Drew McIntyre has not been pulling what? What's the lowest? What's
But
the
the thing
highest
is,
they've
like,
had all year?
It's
Yeah,
not
it's
Drew.
not-
It's
it's
not
not really his fault.
McIntyre's fault though.
It's not,
but
but you gotta
it's not. But
understand. You gotta
that's
fall
your
in line,
champion
buddy.
too.
You know,
So
it's
like,
all
okay,
that.
so let's take that right. Let's go back to when Brock was champion.
Okay.
And we had Corbin running the show.
Okay.
No championship on the show.
Mhm.
No, like what we were even asking ourselves, like, what are the single stars even fighting for?
Right.
Like
But-
it goes back to that. What are these? You got guys like Lee. You got guys like Riddle. You got guys like shut up. You like Raw is already hurting, and taking the title and putting it on Goldberg will literally just make it worse.
Okay. So when Brock did appear on TV,
Brock
saw
is a-
ratings go like
Yes,
this to that.
because that's Brock Lesnar.
Goldberg
and
appeared
Paul
last
Heyman.
week. Somebody
Goldberg
check
doesn't have to be as good as Lesnar as long as he's better than McIntyre is the point.
So
But he's
last
not,
week,
yeah.
so
to you.
last week's
In
Raw,
general.
I don't know what the ratings are, but I guarantee you they almost probably up 1 million
Okay, so
because
check,
Goldberg came out.
what's the rating?
I don't know.
We're not
Usually
going to do the
have
math
the
on it
ratings.
right now, but
Yeah,
you know.
yeah. Like if I just Google,
I think the Raw
Monday
before
Night's Raw
Legends
is ratings.
Legends Night, that one was like the lowest like viewership.
Raw scored 8.6 out of 10 on TV.com.
Who the fuck gave that shit
Look,
8.6 out
what
of
the
10?
fuck is that?
Oh no,
Where Brian Alvarez
I think
at?
it was as a whole, like
That was just like a number rating, like
As a
a
whole.
number
I was
scale,
about to
not
say,
like the
as a whole, as since it's been on TV as a whole, not
Lord.
not.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't know. I was looking for Brian.
that was quick.
The wrestling.
We'll come back to that.
Yeah,
shout out,
we'll
shout out
figure it
Bailey's
out.
brother. She just found him. Bailey's brother went missing
Oh,
like 10 minutes ago, but I didn't want to bring it up because I didn't want to be like, oh, by the way,
Wow.
guys. But she just found him.
Like-
So
That's
like SmackDown Bailey?
SmackDown
Oh,
Bailey. Yeah, I got the
yeah.
notification that her brother went missing. She posted on Instagram and everything. But I guess they
Yeah,
found him.
no,
So
there's
shout
no
out,
ratings
shout out
overall
Bailey's
last night,
brother.
but I probably
We'll put it in the comments, like
Yeah.
what the rate, like the rate.
Y'all if y'all know, put it in the comments.
But either way, just to it's based on, like I said, based on past booking, it's looking like this nigga's gonna win.
And Goldberg's gonna
and
main
like-
event another WrestleMania as champion. Well, not main event, but he's walking in.
He'll be one of them.
Yeah,
I hope
co-main
not.
event. Yeah.
Yeah, he's not main event.
We
He made
don't. I
That's the
don't.
last match to close the show.
Yeah, Goldberg. If Goldberg
Well, I mean, they did close with
is
Rock
facing
and Punk
Roman,
that one year, and Rock beat them.
I don't want that to
So
happen.
they could do it.
But like I said, it
Goldberg and
could.
Drew. They could have them close the show. not the
But let me put in part for a second. I want y'all to remember January 4th, January 4th, 2020.
2020.
2021. Fuck. January 4th, 2021. Shut up. Okay, I know my mind's everywhere. I don't need y'all reminding me. Like Vince McMahon has robbed the fans of their dreams and their livelihoods.
because of promo.
You know, and understand what I'm saying here. Vince McMahon is a no good, lousy son of a bitch.
He got it from JR about that.
Right.
So he couldn't beat McIntyre. He couldn't find anybody to beat him, and this is what he's done. And he ought to burn in hell for it.
Oh my god. We get it.
Hey,
So-
at the end of the day, he trying to sell tickets
Please,
and he
edit
gonna
out.
sell them out.
But look,
Edit that out, please.
if understand that if McIntyre does come out, because it's honestly gonna play one or two ways. Either Goldberg is gonna win clean, or McIntyre is gonna win clean.
Pretty much.
If they throw something else in there, like we'd be surprised. But like honestly, like I know a lot of fans are expecting McIntyre to just get bitched out, which sucks for a young guy like McIntyre, who like that's not really it's not really fair to him either. And it's kind of like shitty treatment, especially after like you've carried the company for like even when Roman wasn't there, like you had Strowman as champion and that wasn't good.
He couldn't carry the company either.
So I mean,
It's
either
not
way,
their fault, bro.
like,
They
we
just-
can't
they
really-
not cut like that.
like we can't necessarily blame anybody on like ratings, because like even before, like even when fans were on TV, like we still had like people tuning in to shit like the NBA playoffs and the Super Bowl and stuff like that over WWE TV, and that was with fans. With COVID, like it's just been like like USA like wants ratings, but like you can't really you can't tell fans what to watch.
you
And,
gotta.
like,
yeah.
the reason why people tune in SmackDown is because people like Sasha Banks. And Sasha Banks is actually doing something good. People like Roman Reigns. Since Roman Reigns came back to SummerSlam, like people have been fucking watching SmackDown. But Roman Reigns pulls that in, if Roman Reigns had came back as like the Roman Reigns before,
Then we have no.
like who cares about Roman Reigns? This nigga was putting dog food on Corbin last year. Now look at this nigga like the tribal chief.
Literally, he's literally the man. Like,
I wrote like Roman Reigns, like this man went
Roman is the man.
from smiling with a few gaps in his teeth to like
looking like
literally
Brian from
looking like
Family
Brian,
Guy.
from, like with the
Yeah.
golden glove out here
On the-
meat mopping people
You
every
know what I
week.
mean?
Like,
So-
and then I said, like, it just sucks to me to think about the fact that we're gonna live in a world where guys like Kenny Omega and Kota Ibushi and fucking Roman Reigns are world champions, carrying their respective brands, and then like you sacrifice one of your brightest and best workhorses to a guy like Goldberg. That's just me. I'm not even talking about like draw or anything. Like it's just like
Sometimes you got to be a
it's just-
sacrificial lamb at the end of the day. Sometimes you just
Because at that
gotta
point, I
fall
would
in
have
line.
rather Lesnar. I would have rather like Brock Lesnar had come back.
People have been sacrificed for older stars before the Fiend happened to him, so it's about to happen to McIntyre. Sometimes you just got to deal with it and bounce back.
But we'll see what happens. Like we don't really
Rumble's only 3
know.
weeks, so we have no idea what they have planned for us. But what we do know is that we're getting that match.
Yep, that is the Have they confirmed any other matches yet?
No.
Other than like the Rumble.
Obviously, the Rumbles
That's
are
about it, but yeah.
everything else, not really.
Not
So-
really. So
I think what we'll do from here is obviously like we're gonna do a prediction video for the Rumble.
Probably
we'll probably
the
do
week
that like the
before.
week before, yeah, because we'll have like the actual card. It's kind of hard though, because like WWE be like, well, fucking, I can't even say WWE. It's Vince. Like they announce shit randomly and book shit last minute, so like who knows? So if we end up
we'll
like missing
predict
anything,
what
yeah.
we got, and then we'll.
It's not gonna be a big card. Like I feel like most of the video is just gonna be us talking about.
And I
the
hope that
matches.
they have this. That's all I hope.
And
So
then
there's
like,
some type of crowd.
So we'll come with y'all. We'll come to y'all with that, and then we'll do the Royal Rumble little after review and stuff, and then drop that as well. But yeah, that's pretty much been the end of the video. We kind of rambled on at the end, but you guys understand what's going on at the end of the day. So
it's crazy, but I guess we'll see on Jan 31.
So
We'll see, because there's nothing we can do about it at this point. We're like, we either tune in or we don't, and obviously like I'm a fucking masochist, so I'm gonna tune in. We'll be there to cover it, and we'll see what happens. We kind of already know what's gonna happen, but then again, like
you never know. We
you
could
never
get
know.
swerved.
We could swerve.
That's pretty much
So,
been the end of the video.
Hope y'all guys have enjoyed
Drop a
the
comment.
video.
Drop a comment.
Let us know what y'all
subscribe.
think. You a Goldberg fan? You a McIntyre fan? Like, what do you think about this?
No matter what you are, leave a like.
We all wanna
comment,
go
and
big,
subscribe on the
then
video,
say
and
that.
We'll catch you guys in the next one. See you.
Yeah, boy.